Nelson Mandela was born on July 18, 1918 in South Africa's Cape Province. As a young man, Mandela began his studies for a Bachelor of Arts degree at one of the best colleges on the African continent, Fort Hare University. However, at the end of his first year, he became involved in a Students' Representative Council boycott against university policies and was dismissed from the school. Mandela did not miss a beat, however, and completed his BA degree at the University of South Africa via correspondence. He then began law studies at the University of Witwatersrand whilst living north of Johannesburg in Alexandra Township. In 1948, the Afrikaner-dominated National Party rose to power in South Africa. The National Party supported the apartheid policy of racial segregation, and the election of this evil regime inspired Mandela to actively participate in politics. Mandela led the 1952 Defiance of the National Party campaign and the 1955 Congress of the People, whose adoption of the Freedom Charter provided the basis of the anti-apartheid cause. During this time, Mandela and fellow lawyer Oliver Tambo operated the law firm of Mandela and Tambo, providing low-cost and sometimes free legal counsel to many black Africans who lacked attorney representation at the time. Committed to the nonviolent resistance inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, Mandela and 150 others were arrested on December 5, 1956 on charges of treason. The Marathon Treason Trial of 1956 through 1961 followed, with all defendants receiving acquittals. However, shortly after his acquittal, Mandela was arrested again on August 5, 1962, after living on the run for 17 months. He was imprisoned in the Johannesburg fort, and the United States CIA, tipping off the security police as to Mandela's whereabouts in disguise, made the arrest possible. 3 days later, the charges of leading workers to strike in 1961, leaving the country illegally, along with a number of other charges, were read to Mandela during a court appearance. On October 25, 1962, Nelson Mandela was sentenced to 5 years in prison, and his sentence was eventually increased to 27 years. Prisoners in South Africa were segregated by race, performed hard labor, and black prisoners received the fewest rations. Whilst living this horrible lifestyle, Mandela had the resilience to study with the University of London by correspondence and received a Bachelor of Laws degrees behind bars. While incarcerated, Mandela's reputation grew immensely and became known as the most significant black leader in South Africa. On February 2, 1990, State President F.W. de Klerk reversed the ban on anti-apartheid organizations and announced that Mandela would be released from prison. Mandela's release from prison on February 11, 1990 was broadcast worldwide, and he gave a speech in the presence of thousands of his countrymen short thereafter.
Today, the majority of South Africans, black and white, recognize that apartheid has no future.
Nelson Mandela was inaugurated into office on May 10, 1994 as South Africa's first black president, with the National Party's F.W. de Klerk as his first deputy. As president from May 1994 until June 1999, Mandela presided over the transition from minority rule and apartheid, winning international respect for his advocacy of national and international reconciliation. Currently, Nelson Mandela is a celebrated elder statesman who continues to voice his opinion on topical issues. He has received more than 250 awards over 4 decades, most notably the 1993 Nobel Peace Prize. In November 2009, the United Nations General Assembly announced that July 18th, Mandela's birthday, is to be known as Mandela Day, marking his contribution to South African and world freedom.